has music always been a large part of your life?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I definitely feel like when I was born, it was just like a part of my soul. It's like different when it's just you love music, but I just feel like it's such a huge part of my life, and I can't live without it. So I eat, sleep, and breathe music, to be honest. And it's truly my first passion for sure.
Nice, nice. Um, when did you first become interested in music to this extent?
Well, I was always in entertainment. When I was born, I was destined to be, a performer, be in front of the camera, definitely not behind the camera. I mean, I love that too, but I can visualize things, but I definitely loved being in front of the camera, being on stage. At only 3, I was, on a TV show called Al Albert's TV Showcase in Philadelphia on ABC. And I sang a song every week, and I told a joke, which makes total sense for me because that's my personality. I love to tell jokes, and I love, performing and singing. So that's how it really began. And then I was on Broadway at 6. I played Gretel in The Sound of Music. And honestly, it just kind of kept growing from there. I did a bunch of things as a kid too, like, played sports and was athletic and, lived a normal life too. But I honestly it's my passion in entertainment and being creative. And I never really grew up around like other people being in the industry or, being creative that way. So it was definitely a different path, but I just always knew that that's what my destiny was. And I just kept, pursuing it and moving forward. But music was like, it's funny, I was doing a play, like a local play, and it was like a new show they were trying out, and we had recorded some music. And this was before I was on Star Search. Like I would record covers and things like that, like songs. But as far as becoming like a recording artist, I feel like when I stepped in the vocal booth in the recording studio, I thought it was something so magical to me. Like it just felt, I don't know how to even express it, but I absolutely love being in the vocal booth and recording my vocals and hearing them back. So I feel like that's when I really knew like I wanted to actually record and learn more about being a recording artist. And then it just, it was organic and things just kind of kept coming together, and I would record music. And then I was on Radio Disney, and that's how my pop career really started. And I loved it. And then with that, I just started doing more songwriting and journaling, and kind of began that journey by myself, and it just never stops. And I continue to grow and learn more every day with my craft.
That's awesome. Um, so how would you describe your sound now?
So she's saucy. I'm just kidding. Saucy kind of like expresses my personality, and also I think somehow dives into like my sound too in some ways, because I'm very diverse as an artist. I really love, to be honest, like most recently I've been doing a lot more songwriting for myself and also like other artists as well. And I'm noticing while I'm in the studio, I really can hear sounds and really love being involved in the whole process of recording music and writing music, as well as the production. So for me, I like to incorporate, a bunch of different sounds that make me Ashlee and make me very unique in my own vibe. And but it's definitely pop with an edge, and it has, my voice is very soulful, so I can really sing. So I always love to bring that aspect into whatever sound and genre that I love to incorporate different genres, to be honest, and make it my own vibe with pop. But right now, Saucy is very pop with an urban edge.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And
Um,
I feel like a lot of people, I've always had a lot of pop records, but Saucy is definitely the beginning of an era for me of truly diving more into like who Ashlee is. which kind of started during the whole pandemic when I worked on my project, started working on my full project. It's the first single off the project. And like when I went home to, I went back to New Jersey, which is where I'm from. And I kind of like was diving more into, you know, what my roots were back in the day, like when I grew up listening to music, and it was very pop, but it was also a lot of like, I love 70s soul music and even 90s and 2000s R&B and hip hop and pop. So I kind of incorporated a lot of that into, you know, what's coming.
That's really cool. I definitely like when genres blend. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm very diverse.
so in this journey of finding your sound and finding out who you are, was there anything really profound or really surprising that you learned about yourself through this process?
I think I just, you know, expressed more of my personalities, and I realized, you know, obviously when we were in the pandemic, like really locked down, like at home and couldn't go anywhere. Really, I think, you know, music was really how I expressed my emotions and my feelings, and also kept my sanity, because I would run to that and I would dive more into like, you know, being home and listening to old music and that I listened to and CDs and things. And I would get on my guitar, and I actually wrote some songs like on my guitar. One of them is actually pretty good. And but I didn't use any of it, but I just like, I was practicing, I was doing covers, you know, I learned, I just wanted to grow my craft. I didn't want to like sit and do nothing, you know, and I used my platform and my social media to kind of continue to stay in touch with my fans. And I knew that was a time for me to really start working on a new music project for me, and begin that process. And I learned a lot, yeah, about just, I think going back to my roots, like I said, you know, really bringing that Jersey girl back into really showing people who I am, who Ashlee is, in the messages of my songs, as well as like the vibe and the sound. And I also learned a lot, you know, within, like, we're sitting by ourselves, right? So just like mental health, you know, and learning about me personally and myself, and just being more intuitive and tapping into just you know, I guess what do you call it? Meditation and not really, I guess religion too. You know, I was just really tapping into more of myself and my emotions, definitely during the pandemic, which is also during, you know, when I was doing this whole project.
Nice, nice. Yeah, music therapy is definitely something that works.
It's crazy. It really, I mean, in every way possible. I feel like, and you can find any song for like whatever emotion you're feeling, and it connects with you. And that's how I want my music to feel with people, you know, with my fans.
I love that. I love that. Um, and with your most recent track, Saucy, that has very quickly become pretty much an anthem for like women empowerment, LGBTQ plus communities.
Thank you.
Was that kind of your intent to kind of create an anthem per se?
No, you know what's funny? Not really. I mean, I always love a good anthem, love a good anthem. But you know, it's really crazy. Well, so the LGBT community obviously is a huge part of my life, because I have a brother who's a part of the community, and obviously friends as well. I have a lot of gay friends, and so it's a huge part of me, and I have a lot of that community that are fans of me and my music. My song Hurt Me So Good charted for the first time through that community in the gay clubs and the gay bars. And so I definitely wanted to I always think of them, you know, when I do my music, to inspire them and that whole community. But I think with Saucy, I never really like, I didn't set an intention of like fully what Saucy was going to be when I went in the writing session. Mind you, it was really cool. We did our writing sessions via Zoom during the pandemic before I got into the recording studio, because everybody was obviously locked down. And It's really cool how you can like incorporate that from, you could be anywhere around the world and do a writing session. And anyway, so yeah, like it was our very first, believe it or not, it was our very first writing session together working on my new project. And it had just been my birthday. And the term was being thrown around constantly, like with me and my girls. And it was like, it was kind of the time when like things were getting a little bit better. And we could kind of have dinner, but still be outside and be super cautious and all the things. But so I was with my girls and we're like, oh, you're so saucy. Like you look saucy. And I always love, like, I'm one of those people that says the one term thing, like, fierce, sassy, yes. Like I have a song called Yes, so I say all these things, and saucy was a self-empowerment, self-confidence term that I was using with my girls, which definitely is women empowerment. And we were just saying how saucy we all looked and how great we looked. And I think, that was the energy I was going for in the session, but it was like I was using the term talking about my birthday. And we kind of just went with that. And the session went so easy, so quick, so organic. And I think, those are the best sessions, because when you're not thinking and you just can write the song so easily, normally it could potentially be a hit, because it's just happening so organically. And I really think we didn't put too much thought into it, but I definitely wanted, I had intentions of, I love having self-empowerment out, records. And so I think we were going in that direction, but really it wasn't fully planned. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, it's awesome when things like that happen. It just kind of all comes together.
Yeah, I'm one of those people, if I'm writing a song or for me or whoever, and it's just not, it's like you could spend hours just trying to figure out a verse or something, and if that happens, you normally have to like move on, because it just means that it's not it.
Yeah. When did it kind of hit you that this song was going to be big?
Honestly, I think in the beginning of this year, because when Kiss FM played it, I like freaked out. I yeah, I really, that's always the goal. That's the dream. You want people to be listening to it, inspired and singing the lyrics. And yeah, I think it still doesn't really hit me how well this record, I think, or how big it could be. So I think, but definitely the beginning of this year, I think it hit me like, wow, this song has potential. Like this could do really well, and it's connecting with people. And I think the more videos I see on TikTok of people making videos and knowing the lyrics, and I have fans that message me saying the lyrics to me in messages, which is the cutest thing. And it means the world, and it just makes me smile. But I think, it's continuing to grow, and just it's amazing to see. It's so beautiful. It means the world to me. So, but definitely I think the beginning of the year, this year.
That's awesome. Leah, I'm not quite sure how much time I have.
Oh shoot.
I think it's been about 10 minutes. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I do have to get off soon.
Oh, sorry. It's been like 18 minutes. I just looked at the clock.
Okay.
But Ash, do you have any other questions, Beth, or are we?
Pretty much all that I had left was are you going to be releasing new music soon? What can we kind of look forward to?
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of music coming. I have a lot of exciting things this year for sure coming up, revolving around Saucy, and you're definitely going to hear more about that. But I know it's hard for my fans to wait for new music, but I can promise you, like, I have a whole project that is finished, and it's ready to be dropped. So it will be dropped, but just stay tuned, because I'm on a ride right now, and hopefully, I'll be teasing some new things, I'm sure, in the future. So, but a lot is coming up soon. So just stay tuned, but there's a lot of new music for sure to come.
Perfect. Well worth the wait.
Thank you. Yes.
All right. Great. Thank you so much for chatting. I know you have to get off. But yeah, this was a great conversation. I do apologize for Thursday. That was just a crazy day. But I'm glad we were able to reschedule.
Yeah. No, all good. I know how it is. Trust me.